Hi everybody. I am getting ready to do some yoga that I do 3 times a week. As you can see, there's my yoga mat. Marley is there ready for moral support. And I like to do yoga in front of this window in our living room. That made it really dark, but anyway, it's just got it dark here in the room too. But yeah, so I was just going to talk to you a little bit about my yoga routine, why I do it, and how helpful it is. But I was going to show you something. I don't know if I can do it or not. I'm going to try to. I was going to try to do it's called a extended hand to toe thing. I haven't warmed up because I haven't done yoga yet today, so I may mess up, and I cannot look at this camera while I'm doing it. I have to look at something. This is probably going to be the biggest blooper ever. Hold on. So I have to reach down and get my toe with the camera in my hand. This may be a bad idea, but I'm still going to try it. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to quit talking for a second. Okay, can you see that? It's fun, but yeah, I can do that. I just can't usually do it on camera, and I'm holding a selfie stick of all things. So, but anyway, it's Terry with EatPlant-Based, and yeah, I wanted to talk to you about yoga today because it's a huge part of my wellness routine that I do. Like I said, I do it 3 times every week, usually on Monday, Wednesdays, and either Friday or Saturday. But I do it because when I went plant-based in February of 2013, it was because of my joints. I had joint problems, and it really did start in my hands, which is kind of unusual because it wasn't weight-bearing joints, but it started in my hands and my hips, and it started when I was 35, and it just kept getting worse every year. And my mom, a lot of you guys already know, my mom has rheumatoid arthritis. My sister has rheumatoid. And so I started developing some problems. I have not been diagnosed with it. My markers just don't show it, but theirs didn't show it either in the beginning. Amazingly, I can't even get in to see a rheumatologist. I would love to know if I have it, but because I'm not testing positive for the RA blood marker, and like I said, they didn't. They took at least 2 or 3 tests each to get it, to get a positive. But they also tested me for another one, HBLA37 or something like that, autoimmune. But yeah, so I started early with my problems. My mom was disabled by the time she was 53, and I'm 58, so I'm very proactive. I was even back then, well, not when I was 35. I just kept going with it for about 10 years, and then in 2013, I just had a lot of joint problems as well as other problems, and I watched Forks Over Knives, and that was the game changer for me. So I did plant-based, I think, about 6 weeks before I started yoga. I could tell within 2.5 to 3 weeks of going plant-based that the diet itself was helping my swollen and just painful joints, because I was even having trouble grabbing a metal doorknob. It would just shoot pain through my hands. So, but yeah, going plant-based 100%, I was just doing a 4-week test period on it just to see if it could do anything, and it did. So I haven't looked back. I've been plant-based since then. But I started feeling so much better, I decided to add some yoga into the mix just to see. And truly, it was a game changer for me, especially for my hips. It just helped tremendously with flexibility. So when I started back then, I went to a local class at a physical therapy office, really, because you could go in even if you weren't a patient and pay to take the classes. And so that's what I did. And so I got familiar with the poses and the form and all of that. And I did that for a while. And then over the years, I just started doing it at home. At first with, like with videos and things like that. Back then it was like DVDs. I did it with DVDs. But now you can do, YouTube and all that. You can find some good beginner classes to give a try, and then now I just do it on my own. And if you're following, especially with the newsletter, I just finished with a round of physical therapy for my neck and for my back, because my neck was fused at birth. Not completely. I think it's 5 and 6 that are fused. And then I didn't know it, of course, back then. And over the years, there's just been a lot of wear and tear. I didn't know it. I came off of a horse once, hit the visor. When I came off of it, snapped my neck. I still didn't know even back then it was, it hurt, but just a lot of wear and tear on my neck. Has it quite unstable. So, but amazingly, I don't have headaches. Thank you, Jesus. I don't, occasionally I'll take ibuprofen, but I'm very blessed. I don't have all the things that, looking at my spine and my neck, that I should have. I have bone spurs. And so, I got a lot going on there, but even my, the things that they check for inflammation in your body, like your SED rate and all those things, are within the normal ranges, which is amazing and good. And it keeps me mobile. But there's definitely some degenerative issues going on there. I know my diet helps tremendously. I know yoga helps tremendously, but I would really love to get in with a rheumatologist just to pinpoint exactly what it is, but they won't even see me because I don't have the blood markers for it. Isn't that crazy? There seems to be a shortage, even though the MRI and the x-rays clearly show that there's a lot going on there. So I don't know. I'm going to keep trying just because I want to know exactly what I'm dealing with. Either way, won't change what I'm doing as far as diet, eating plant-based, and doing yoga. But it would be nice to know if it's autoimmune or if it is osteo or whatever it is. But I'm just thankful that, I am still, you guys know how active I am with walking and hiking every day with the dogs. All this cleanup work we've done around here over the last this year, starting in January. I do so many things as far as trail cleanup and yard work and all that. Just so blessed to be able to still do that. We know that that neck surgery will be in the future unless Jesus intervenes there somewhere. But they said, we could put it off possibly at this rate for 10 years. So we're going to try. They want to be very conservative, and I want them to too. But anyway, I'm here to talk about yoga. I just want to encourage you, if you have any kind of joint problems, it has been tremendous for me. And I probably do between 30 and 45 minutes. I was going to say each session, which is 3 times a week. But you know what? Now I'm probably doing a little over an hour because the physical therapy, they added exercises in for my neck. And so I spend a little bit more time than I used to. But you can do it at home if you want to. I really would suggest, if you are able, to go to a class when you first start out, just to make sure you're doing it correctly, and doing, the forms so that you don't hurt yourself. But yeah, I mean, there's so many options, and it is so good for your joints, and just keeps you moving, keeps me moving better, and flexibility, strength, balance, all of those things are all great things. And as we age, it's good. We just have to stay on top of it. So I am getting ready to get in this floor. See if Marley's moved. She has not. Yeah, sometimes she gets on the mat with me, which is inconvenient, but she thinks she's helping. I hope you guys are. I think this video I'm gonna today is Friday, but I'm probably gonna send this out in the Sunday newsletter. I hope you're having a great day, and hope some of this information is helpful. Diet is very, very important. Exercise, cardio, all those things are very important. And for me, stretching, yoga, stretching is very important. It's just part of the routine. It has been for 12 years now, and I would not go back because I know it makes such a huge difference for me. Thought that you might want to try it too. It might make a big difference for you as well. So you guys take care. We'll see you next time. Bye.